Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out my video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of achieving a healthy weight. If you do enjoy my video, make sure that you hit the like button. Also, click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll get alerted when I go live. If you'd like to join me on my live streams, I go live most weekdays at 4 p.m. If you want to get in touch with me outside of the live streams, there's a link down in the description below for a Discord channel that I created. That's a great place for you guys to get on and kind of share what your goals are and how things are going with your diets. Also, if you are looking for ideas or you want to know some of the foods that we eat on our diet, you can check out the link down in the description below to our Pinterest board that we created that has a lot of great recipes there. Carrie's checking in saying hi from the road. Hi, Carrie. I hope you're paying attention to the road and keeping our kids safe on the way home from your trip. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd love to share or any on-scale victories, I'd love to hear those. I'd love to hear how your diets are going. If you're having success or you've fallen off the wagon and you need a kick to get back on, just let me know down in the comments down below. All right. So, gonna switch over to this real quick because it is weigh-in Wednesday. And before I get into my weigh-in, I thought that I would do something a little bit goofy. It is kind of my 500th day of doing this. And because of that, I decided to bust out some old clothes and put on the one of the shirts that I wore when I was at my heaviest, when I was over 500 pounds, and then also the pants. And I'm gonna put this little image up here. I can't do a great comparison. Oh, look, hey, it's fat me. Um, I can't do a great comparison here, but because I can't get out of the frame, but I thought it would be interesting to see the difference in the shirt and the pants here. Also, I don't know if the mic will be able to pick up any audio, so I don't know how much I'll talk, but I'm just gonna stand up and show off my body for a minute. So the shirt I have on right now is a 6X shirt. In the before photo there, it was like tight up here, and so it would have been out different. The other crazy part is the pants. I have them tied here, but I don't like that time. It's almost like I'm wearing a dress now. The shirt's so big. So, anyways, I thought that it would be an interesting thing to throw on the old clothes and do my day 500 weigh in with the old stuff on here. I just got an issue with buffering. So, see what it says. Gonna give it a second to catch up. I don't know if anybody else is on, but no. Well, let's see if it caught up or if it figures it out. But anyways, uh that was kind of a comparison there. We're going to try to go ahead and hit the weigh-in Wednesday here. All right, family. Let me start that over. All right, family. It is Wednesday, March 16th, 2022, and that means it is Weigh In Wednesday. It is also day 501 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. This is my official 500-day weigh-in. A quick recap: I started this challenge on November 1st, 2020. I had a starting weight of 519.8 pounds. Last week, after an amazing 2.8-pound weight loss, I weighed in at 312.4, bringing my total weight loss to 207.4 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and hop on the scale and see how I did. I'm pretty nervous because I have no idea. I haven't been on the scale all day. So I'm going to see what I weigh. Shoes on. 310.4 pounds. That is a 2-pound weight loss this week, which is just awesome. Pop that up. Like I said, I was really nervous about whether or not I would lose weight or not. I felt like I did eat a lot of food this weekend. When I got on the scale Monday, I was a lot higher than I hoped to be. So I did kind of cut down the volume that I was eating over the last couple days in comparison to what I ate on Saturday and Sunday. I did uh, this week. I was able to stay 100% compliant with my whole food, plant-based, SOS free diet. I did enjoy some new things this week. We had a shepherd's pie that we had never had before that was wonderful. Also, we incorporated more vegetables with our breakfast, which has been new for us because over the past year and a half, we've been eating a lot of oatmeal for breakfast. And we're still having the oatmeal, but instead of fruit with it, we were putting some vegetables in with that. So I stuck to the 2 meals a day for the weekdays. And then on the weekends, while I was at home, I did end up having 3 meals a day. And like I said, knowing that my weight was a little bit up, I did limit some of what I ate the last couple days. And so this morning, I didn't have a full breakfast. I just had some apple juice and a few oranges. But overall, the diet was 100% compliant, and I am really happy to have had that weight loss. I forgot to update it here. 310.4. So that is a 2-pound weight loss this week. And so, really, that's over the course of the last 3 weeks. I've lost what is that, 7.6 pounds, so over 7.5 pounds over the course of the last 21 days, which is great because my hope this year is to try to lose about 10 pounds a month so that I can reach my goal of 219.8 by the end of 2022, allowing me to maintain that weight loss through the end of the challenge in October of 2023. So I am gonna switch over. I really want to thank everybody for all of the support. It's really helped me with staying motivated and keeping on with this challenge. I'm gonna go back to the main page. There's Fat Me again. All right. Let me pull him off the screen. So gosh, that's awesome. 2 pounds. I had no idea what I was gonna be. I was more than the, what was it, 312.4 yesterday when I left work. So I wasn't sure, or yesterday when I was at work, not when it, but so I wasn't sure how it would pan out today. But being 310.4 is not quite my lowest weight, which is a little bit frustrating. My lowest weight to date is 310.2 pounds. So I'm 2/10 of a pound from getting all the way back to my lowest weight. And I'm going to blame these heavy pants that I have on, these big, black, ridiculous pants that I used to wear all the time. That is probably where that additional 0.2 pounds came from when I weighed in my lightest. If I was wearing the same clothes as I did that day when I weighed 310.2, who knows? I might have been at that or better. But um being down to 310 is awesome. I'm just inching closer and closer and closer to getting under 300. I want it to happen so bad. I want to get under 300 pounds. I know that I could probably push it super hard and do it in a week if I wanted to, but I don't know that following week if I would still be able to stay under 300, and that is been a big part about this whole challenge for me, is that I got to take the time to do the work and to do it right. The mentality that I've always had in the past was just to get the weight off as fast as possible. And it doesn't pan out for me in the end, because that's what led me to getting up to being 520 pounds in the first place. So, all right. I kind of talked a little bit about it on the stream, but food for me since yesterday's live stream, for dinner last night, I had some leftover oatmeal that we had. It was oatmeal that had spinach, and I believe there's red peppers in it. And then I added some lime juice to it to kind of add some more flavor, and then help with the fact that I had to microwave to reheat it to give it a little bit of moisture back into it. And this morning for breakfast, I had apple juice and a few, like 3 small oranges is what I had for breakfast today. And that was pretty much all I've eaten since I streamed yesterday. Let's see the new stuff. So last night, I was still home by myself, actually. Well, so I'm really excited. My family is on their way home now. Carrie's driving on the road heading this direction. So I'm really excited to see them, because I have not seen them since, was it Saturday? I guess it was Saturday, maybe Sunday. I haven't seen them for a few days and I miss them. So I'm really excited for them to come back home and see them tonight. Last night, I hung out at the house for a little bit, but then I did end up going over to a friend's house. I did that for a couple reasons. One of them is that I didn't want to hang out alone at the house again, like I had the previous couple nights. But a big reason was that I just didn't want to be around food. And so I figured if I went to his house, we don't, well, I wasn't going to eat at his house. We just kind of hung out and watched a movie. And so that was a great way for me to get away from any temptation of snacking on anything at the house. So I was out last night, and it worked out for me because I lost 2 pounds. So that was good. So what else is new with me? So another big thing that happened for me today, or happened today, is that a few months ago, I was interviewed by the wonderful folks over at the Colin Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies. And I was contacted by a lady named Charm, who wanted to discuss my success with losing weight on a plant-based diet. And if you want to see that interview, I put a link to that interview down in the description below. It's about a 25-minute long video, just kind of going over my history with issues, losing weight, and then what I did this time to lose weight, and what I think are some of the successful aspects of my diet. Like I said, I did the interview a couple months back, and because of some technical issues, I actually did the interview twice. We did the interview and it didn't upload, so we had to do the whole interview again. And it's really kind of funny to listen back to that interview from me 3 months ago, because there are things that I said in that interview that I would not have said today. Like, I talk about eating avocado toast and how I really enjoy avocado toast. And I do. It's an amazing snack to have, but it is not conducive to me losing weight. So I've cut the avocado toast out of my diet. Um, and I actually even think in the video I mentioned that it probably isn't helping with my weight loss. And so I would not have probably talked about that. I'm trying to think of what else. I kind of talk a lot. I do talk about the myths of moderation in the interview, which is funny because I was not ending my live streams with that like I do now. And so I didn't push that as hard in this interview as I would now if I were to be interviewed today, I suppose. Um, I really enjoyed doing the interview and meeting Charm. And really it was cool because I by meeting her and doing these interviews, I was kind of introduced to reading the T. Colin Campbell's books. And the first time that we talked and we did the interview, outside of the interview, we talked about things and she mentioned the book Whole, or she was talking about T. Collins Campbell's book Whole. And that inspired me to go download it on Audible and listen to his book Whole. And I really enjoyed that book. And then fast forward a month later, we have to redo the interview. And I start saying to Charm, hey, because I ended it, I listened to the book Whole and I really liked the book. And she's like, well, if you liked Whole, you should check out his book, The Future of Nutrition. And so I picked up a copy of The Future. I downloaded The Future of Nutrition on Audible and listen to that. And I definitely recommend that you listen to The Future of Nutrition, or you pick up and read The Future of Nutrition. It was a great book that talked a lot about the actual history of how our diet recommendations were made, and just kind of the history of dietary the history of dietary research in nutrition. um and it's not necessarily all about the future of nutrition, but that was a great book. And it was really, like I said, it was great to do the interview and to watch it and see. I should have shaved my beard down a little bit more before I did the interview, in hindsight now, but I still works. So, um, and one of the things in just kind of the little bit of feedback that I saw from the video, like in the comment section, and then there's a couple places where I posted the video, and I had one thing that came up a couple times, and it's about how lucky I am that I have Carrie in my life and that she is joining me on this diet. Because uh without her support, I wouldn't have I wouldn't be succeeding at this point. And it really made me realize uh how many people are out there trying to eat this way, trying to eat a whole food, plant-based diet, and they're alone. They're they're trying to do it. I've seen lots of examples of uh wives who are trying to switch to a plant-based diet, so they're making one dinner for themselves and then they're making another dinner for the rest of their family. Or if and how much stress that's got to put on you, and how like, if you're doing all this work for dinner, and eventually it could catch up. And it was, and having giving up your diet is the easiest thing to kind of give up. And also, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there trying to do this too, that I'm sure it's extremely difficult for them to do it. And I think that the biggest thing is just that you feel like you're alone. You feel like you don't have anybody else working with you or doing uh, this with you. And it makes me realize how important community and support from your loved ones plays such an important role in diet and weight loss success. Carrie and we went back and forth for over a decade where one of us was on a diet and then the other one wasn't. And then the other one would start dieting because they saw success. And then by that time, the first, one was over the diet and was falling off the wagon. And it was just a continual kind of fight that you had where one of us was trying to do something while the other wasn't. And now that we're on the same page, things are going so much smoother for both of us. Um, and if I think it would be extremely tough, I gotta say, if you're living in a house where it's split, and um, if you have a husband that's on the fence or isn't willing to switch, I mean, you gotta push them, show them my channel or something, and just kind of be like, you don't have to be. It's a bit of, I don't ignorance, like you don't have to be so stuck in your way, just give it a shot for a week, you know, especially you're watching your wife do it and work so hard to do it, and what is giving up a week of these foods you have to have in the grand scheme of your whole life, and I truly believe that if somebody can, and it's not just me. There's a whole organization of people that believe that if you can get somebody to switch for just a few weeks, there's a site you can go to. I think it's called Challenge 22, where if you can just stick to the diet for 22 days, that you'll see the benefits and you will realize that you didn't have a proper handle on your nutrition, or yeah, just realize what you were ignorant to. And that's kind of something that, like I said, the I mentioned Carrie a couple times in the interview, and the funny thing is that the first time that we did the interview that did not record correctly, I definitely talked more highly of Carrie than even the second time that I did the interview. But anyways, um, so the community. I have a Discord channel that if you want to join the Discord channel, I recommend joining that. Put your information out there. Let us know what you're trying to do. Update us on your progress. And, I'll do my best to give you support through that Discord channel. But there are a lot of communities out there. There's every YouTube guru you find has got their own community that they're trying to grow, or there's all kinds of things that they're trying to get set up. And through this process and meeting Charm, the Center for Nutrition Studies is created a group or I guess a group or community of people who are trying to succeed with losing weight and eating a whole food plant-based diet. And it's the community. It was set up by Charm through the Center for Nutritional Studies, and it's called Foodways with Chef Del. And if anybody's looking for a community that's they're just getting established, but they have a large Facebook backing that they are growing from, there is a link for that group down in the description below. It requires, or it's easiest, I believe, if you download an app called the Mighty Network app. And it's really kind of like its own Facebook for the Chef Del's Foodways, or it's called Foodways with Chef Del. So if anybody is uh, looking for a community and is trying to find more ideas, they have a recipe area, they have a weight loss support area, they have a support area where if it's just whole food plant-based, not everybody is switching to whole food plant-based for weight loss. You might already be a healthy weight and you're just looking to eat better. They have an area for those types of people. And then kind of once every couple months, they do a 30-day challenge. They just started a 30-day challenge a couple days ago, and it's very informal. You just kind of say, hey, I'm looking to lose weight, and you send in a picture of your scale. And then after 30 days, you can send in another photo with your weight loss. They also do a challenge, or part of the challenge, if you so choose, is to do food journaling. That way you have some idea of what you're doing. I don't food journal, but if that's what you have to do to succeed, then use any tools you need to use to succeed, but don't rely on any tool for that to be your weight loss. And what I mean by that is, don't get stuck eating meal replacement shakes, or having to have take pills, like get a prescription, like prescription phentermine, and be on some sort of diet pill regimen. Um, you know, I truly believe that the success of a plant-based diet can be had without any extras or gimmicks or anything like that. And so, um, yeah. So again, if you're looking for a community, there's a link for that down below. The video of my interview is down in the description below. I'd love it if you guys went over there and liked their video and commented on that as well, so that gets as much exposure as it can get. That would be a great thing to share of mine. If you're looking for um, something to share, that somebody that you're trying to convinced to try eating this way, that might be interview that might inspire them to do their own kind of weight loss challenge. So uh let's see, I cannot, is it Szechuan 92? I watched the interview, very good, thank you. Like I said, make sure you go thumbs up their video, and I appreciate you checking it out. I was excited to be able to kind of share my story. I do talk about some things when I was a kid with wrestling and things like that. So I was happy to be able to share my experience so far. And I'm really happy that I'm continuing to have success even after, I've lost 200 pounds, which is awesome. But my ultimate goal is to lose 300 pounds, and I'm slowly chipping away at it, and I will get there very soon. All right, guys, I am gonna get out of here. I'm hoping that I get home at a similar time to carry in the kids, because they are still traveling back to the house. But I'm gonna get out of here for today. I'm really happy with having a 2-pound weight loss this week. I'm looking forward to getting down under 300 pounds. It might take till my birthday, which is the beginning of May, but it's gonna take what it takes. I think I'll get there before that. But um, I'm just really happy with everything. So, like I said, I'm out of here. Thank you all for the support. Click on the like on my video, the subscribe, the bell icon, all those fun YouTube things. And if you haven't started your diet yet, what are you waiting for? Get started right now. Nobody ever gets to their goal and looks back and says, man, I wish I would have started sooner. Everybody looks back and says, what was I thinking? If I'd have known how good I was going to feel, I would have started months earlier. Nobody regrets getting started. Everybody regrets how long they waited. Also, don't fall for the two myths, the two myths of moderation, the myth of moderate consumption and the myth of moderate change. It's great to think that we can just eat less or smaller portions. It'd be wonderful if that succeeded, but for many people, it doesn't work. That's why you can't hold on to any sustainable weight loss or maintain any sustainable weight loss. Sure, you can cut your portions in half and eat that way for 5 months, even 6 months. But eventually your body's going to catch up and say, hey, we need full bellies again. We want a full belly again. The other is the myth of moderate change. Again, you say, hey, I'm going to have salad before I eat dinner, or I'm going to slowly get rid of animal products, or I'm going to slowly cut out the processed foods. And how long you can allow that to happen? How long is that process going to take? And if you're eating a little salad before dinner out of a little itty bitty bowl, it's not really going to fill up your stomach that much. And you're going to use that as an excuse to overeat your dinner, because you're going to be like, well, I had that salad. and I must not be full because I'm still hungry, so I might as well eat all this other stuff. But I had that salad, so I'm doing good, right? It's no, you need to make permanent, sustainable, lasting changes, and eating a whole food plant-based diet is the way to do that. So I will be back on tomorrow, guys. You all have a wonderful evening.